What makes a great teacher? What's the secret to a successful school, especially when dealing with a population not generally associated with academic excellence? Whatever it is, Chris Bischof seems to have discovered and harnessed it at Eastside Prep in East Palo Alto. In 1976, East Palo Alto's only high school closed, and the students had to be bused 20 miles away to attend school, leading to devastating outcomes. 20 years later, Chris and a Stanford classmate were determined to reverse this trend and founded Eastside at a picnic table with only 8 students. Today it has 280 students, over 550 graduates, and a remarkable track record. All students are on a full scholarship. 100% of the annual budget is raised from private donations and grants, and a full 100% of its graduates have been admitted to 4-year colleges.
Well, I became involved in East Palo Alto during my high school years. Growing up, I always loved playing basketball, and I was just interested in trying to find the best game in town, and that led me to the Onetta Harris Community Center in the Bellhaven section of Menlo Park, where I became really close with my teammates and the coaches who were part of the community. Then it was really during my senior year of high school. It was an eye-opening experience for me. There was myself and one other teammate from outside of the community, and the two of us were ready to go off to college. And unfortunately, the rest of my teammates did not have the same type of opportunities to go straight to a 4-year college, and that really stood with me. Yeah, I think there was just a real sense for me that there's this incredible disparity of opportunities, and between myself and my teammates who grew up in East Palo Alto. And I knew from a day-to-day basis that my friends on the team were incredibly hardworking. They worked very hard both in the basketball court and were very motivated to do well. But they didn't have the same type of academic opportunities and support that I had growing up. And so come senior year, there was this big gap in opportunities beyond high school. Our first year had to be the biggest challenge. If you can picture a school that didn't exist, we didn't have a campus or even a building to call our own. So it was a challenge to say the least. And our students had to take a tremendous leap of faith with us to just be part of this school that didn't exist. And so that was a real challenge. Try to create a family-like atmosphere, and in fact many of our students refer to it as Eastside Family, not the Eastside School, and I think that's one of the reasons why students feel so good about spending so much time on campus. And we actually keep our computer labs open until 10 p.m. every night. So if you were to come to our campus on any weeknight at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, you would see a large percentage of our students there. I think it's really important that every student knows every teacher and vice versa. And so for us, it's very important that students have a connection with some adult on campus that they can feel connected to and feel supported by. We have built-in tutorial periods as part of that day each day where students can gain help from teachers outside of class. And again, that really develops the connection between students and teachers, but also provides the opportunity for students to get help on a daily basis. And then 10 years ago, we actually opened our boarding program where we actually have now a significant number of students living on campus. We went to year-round schooling, so we now have summer session and students are in school year-round to continue to move forward on this path to college. We don't have any entrance exams for students to be admitted. We don't have any cutoffs for grades or test scores. So we're not selecting students based on academic achievement, but rather for students who are going to be the first in their families to go to college and students who want to be part of the East Side and ready to work hard to achieve their goal. Well, I know that I was very naive when we started the school. I thought that we could just get all of our students into college and we could consider our job done. And what we've come to realize is that our job is far from done upon high school graduation day, and that we need to continue to support our students as they go through college and beyond. Nationally, only 11% of first-generation college students who make it to college will actually earn their degrees within 6 years, just 11%. So I think any student from any socioeconomic level can experience challenges that first year in college. But when those students call home, the expectation is, I'm going to stay in college, and their parents are there to support them and figure out a way to make it work. For our students, they may call home, and if they sound miserable, parents may say, hey, why are you staying in college? Come back home, we'll make sure that you're happy, and maybe you can also get a job and help support the family. And so I think there's a very different dynamic at play between maybe students who've had the experience of family members who've gone off to college and others who haven't, or maybe students whose families have more resources financially, that there isn't such a stress on the family otherwise. We really have broadened the scope of our mission of the school, and it's an important part of what we do now. We have a whole alumni support team that works with students in college to help them navigate their path through college and also to their college experience so they'll be well prepared for careers after college. Well, I feel like I'm one of the luckiest people in the world because every day there's some great moment and that reminds you of why it's so important and why you're so happy in what you're doing. But I think my favorite day of the year is always our graduation day, and it really is so clear on that day about how meaningful the experience is for all of the students and their families heading off to college, becoming the first in their families to go off to college, and what that means for the entire family.